Good morning, everyone. I am Stacy.
And I'm Gary.
And we are Pauhana Travels. We want to welcome you to our channel.
How you doing today?
Oh my goodness, the sun is shining. Yesterday we were in the middle of a snowstorm here in Sedona, Arizona.
And today we're going to talk about apps and tips and tricks for RVing.
Gary, Stacy, Spirit, and Sophie, we're taking our motorhome around the country. Throughout North America, we're on the road. It's Pauhana Travels, here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to excuse Gary from the video for the rest of the day because he is helping out our dear friends John and Laura with Hebard's Travels.
Right.
We are helping them install their solar today, so
we're hoping to get all that up on the roof today and completed, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, so you get back to work.
Yeah, right.
And I'll get to work on making this video for y'all.
See you down the road.
So as I mentioned, we are currently parked in Sedona, Arizona. We've been here for 12 days now, boondocking on this wonderful piece of national forest land. With these views, I mean, you cannot go wrong. But I have been asking our Pauhana Ohana some what type of videos they'd like to see from us. And so for today's Maintenance Monday video, we are going to talk about our favorite RVing apps that we use. And I have asked Stacy and Justin with Opting Out of Normal, John and Laura Hebard with Hebard's Travels, and Ricky and Andrew Pullen with Pullen on the Road to help us out and give some advice to you on their favorite travel apps. And then be sure to check in this Friday on our channel for a YouTube Live where Gary and I will discuss some of our favorite RVing apps as well. Now let's get seeing what everyone has to say.
Well, howdy, neighbor.
Well, hello. Hi, Milo.
Milo really wants to say hi. Milo.
Milo.
Can you say hi, camera?
Can we do the camera?
Pretty close.
Yeah, you know.
Well, everyone, this is the Pullens. I'd like to introduce you to Ricky, Harper, and Andrew.
Howdy.
And they can be found on social media as Pullen on the Road.
Yep. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, no Twitter.
Perfect. Well, so today's topic is our favorite RVing apps.
Yes.
And I've asked each couple here in our Mud Tribe to provide 3 of their favorites. All right, so Andrew and Ricky, what kind of rig do you have so our audience has a feel of what you live in, and that way they can kind of judge if they have something similar with the apps you like?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a 35-foot Class A motorhome. We are a little bit longer. There's a motorcycle hanging off of the back, and our tote is a 2001 Volkswagen Golf. So we're in pretty similar vintage with both of those. They're older, but they work great for what we need, so we really like it.
Yeah, their little Golf just goes and goes and goes.
It's a tiny little crappy car that never quits. It's perfect.
All right, well, now let's talk about your favorite apps.
So one of the apps that we like to use is called iExit. It's an app that I believe is available on both Apple and...
I have no confirmation of that. Oh. We use it exclusively on Apple. We don't have it on our Android phone. I am not sure if it was there, but we do know that there's one very similar to it available to Android that we've used before in the past.
Yeah, so iExit is helpful where you can click on Find Me on the Highway, and it'll find your location. It'll show you where the exits are coming up, how far away they are, and what's on those exits. Whether it be gas, food, lodging, it'll tell you the gas prices, things like that. If there's a rest area, like pilots and Flying J, it'll tell you if there's an RV dump.
And the coolest part about that app, in my opinion, is that it completely finds you on the highway. So you're driving down the road, you just tap a button, it knows how far away you are from the next exit, it can tell you what's at that exit. You know, if you're saying, all right, we're gonna go another 100 miles, then we need to get fuel. Well, what if that gas station's 120 miles away? That app will tell you. So you might need to find a fuel station a little earlier on. So.
Do you know if that app is free or if there's a charge?
It's 100% free. So
that's
yeah,
very cool.
we really like it. We use it here and there. It's probably not one of our staples, but it's something that can come in handy when you need it. So.
Okay, and then one other question: does it only do a certain distance off the highway exit, like a half mile, or?
You know, whatever's listed by the highway department. So whatever they put up on those signs that say food, lodging, fuel, that's what's going to show up on iExit.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. The next app that I'd like to talk about is called ALLSTAYS. And Stacy, I know you love this one too.
Oh yes, we've just recently found it since Gary and I have started our new lifestyle of walking and hiking.
Yeah, it's a great app, and in all honesty, it's probably one of my favorites in all seriousness, because they tell you how difficult a hike can be, and just to give a quick explanation of what the app is, it's an app that people can use to find hiking trails, biking trails, off-road use trails. Primarily we use it just for the hiking side of things. We like to figure out how hard our hikes are going to be, how far out they're going to be, so we can figure out how much water to pack. Hopefully we don't run out of water, all that fun stuff. I like the fact of it that they have reviews. That's probably one of the parts that I like the most, because you can see what other people have to say about a hike before you just go out and do it. So. And
I'll be honest, we used it at our last boondocking location just to get a judge on the road that we were going to drive in on to our camp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because there was a trail right next to it.
Okay, that makes sense. I haven't even thought about using it that way. That's good. See, we all learn something new every day. The last app that I'd be curious to talk about is ALLSTAYS, and this is one that I think is a true RV staple. It does cost $9.99, one-time purchase though. It's saved us way more than that in all the times that we've used it. We use it to find dumps, we use it to find overnight parking, we read reviews about Walmarts to know if they allow overnight parking. We've actually used it for a safety side of things before too, because we almost stayed at a BLM land that we found out there's been several murders at. So
oh no.
Yeah, so we really, when we saw that one, we're like, let's just keep driving.
I also know it has low clearance if you're a high profile vehicle.
Yep. It's a good all-in-all app, and it's not the only one of its kind. It is $10. Some of them are free. I really like ALLSTAYS though, just from the review side of things.
And my understanding too, it is now only available on an Apple platform.
Which is part of the reason why we have one Apple phone and one Android phone, because then we get the widest variety of apps that we can get. It's not that either one of us like one more than the other, we just need that variety. So.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you very much for sharing your time and letting me pull you away from the install for a few minutes.
Is all the snow cleared off?
Yeah, they're working on it.
We're going up on the roof.
But again, I want to thank you, and it has been so fun camping with you for the past 6 weeks. We've been with these guys.
I forget how long it's been sometimes, and it's truly been a blessing to be able to camp with people who are more experienced than ourselves. We're fairly new into this ourselves, so Stacy and Gary have given us some very, very useful information along the way, and we hope it doesn't stop.
Yes, and I know we're going to be parting soon, but I think we've created a forever friendship, so these guys are family.
Absolutely.
Yes. Wonderful. All right, well, we're going to move on to our next camper and learn about some more apps, so stay tuned.
We'll go slow. Yep, that's fine. It's not my money we're playing with. I know.
So what do you think?
It's pretty nuts up there.
They're going solar today.
They're going up. Woohoo! John's learning how to install things on the roof for the first time. It's a little nerve-wracking.
It is. That first hole, it gets easier every one after.
Please waterproof it correctly. I don't really want water raining on my head when I wake up.
Right?
Growing. Woo!
So ridiculous. Come on in!
All right, guys, well, we are on to our second rig, and this is Stacy and Justin with Opting Out of Normal. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your channel? And
you can find us on all social media. Instagram, Facebook groups, YouTube a little bit. We're just starting that. That's about it, all of them.
Perfect. Now, and with your setup, what is your home? How big? What is it? So people can get an idea with the apps that you use, what type of equipment you have.
We are self-sufficient. We have a 39-foot fifth wheel, 3 slides, so a pretty good size trailer. I tow it with a full-size dually mega cab pickup truck. So when we look for sites, you know, we definitely have to worry ourselves a little bit about, you know, how big of a site we can get into.
Wonderful. Well, with that research, what are your 3 favorite apps that you use when you're camping?
My favorite is freecampsites.net. It's very easy on the app. You can also use it on the internet. It is got great information, community reviews, pictures. We also use Google Earth to zoom in on a site that we think is doable for us, just to make sure. We really like the versatility and the ease of the app, both on the internet and on the app site for both Android and iPhones.
I would agree. I used it a lot in our adventures to Alaska, and even up in Canada and Alaska. There was great contribution, including ourselves. If we find something that's new, we add it up.
Yes, absolutely. And it's really an easy site. There's only 4 icons that you have to try to deal with. It's a very easy site to do.
Perfect.
We also get a lot of our information off of Facebook. There's a ton of different boondocking groups. There's boondocking and cooking, there's boondocking and solar, there's boondocking this and boondocking that. So, you know, it's, you just do a search for boondocking on the different message boards on Facebook and or the groups, and you'll find a ton. A lot of good information is passed between between fellow campers and you know, to give you ideas.
I would say the search button in every group is always your first start.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can get hammered for asking, hey, where's a good place to camp in quartzsite?
Yes. Yes. But some of the other apps that we also use while we're looking for places, we try to be a little preemptive as far as knowing what kind of weather we're going to be dealing with. We also deal with between the Weather Channel and NOAA, and you know, there's a ton of different weather apps out there. Another one of our favorite apps is Windy, that will actually give you predicted wind speeds. So it'll help you plan your travel days and locations. You can see, you know, a couple days from now, what's the weather going to be like? You know, are we going to be, you know, looking at big gusty winds? Because at 39 feet,
that's important.
It's huge.
When we had our fifth wheels and we had we were 13.6, and those high profiles, it makes a big difference. So
it does. So
well, Stacy and Justin, I want to thank you so much for helping me out in this collaboration video.
Yes,
thanks for having us.
And we are super excited to see what kind of content you put out in the future on YouTube. These guys are fairly new on YouTube, so show them the love.
Thank you.
And they're definitely wonderful photography on Instagram. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
all right.
Stacey.
Thank you. You trying to bite the camera? Huh? What? What? Well, good morning, everyone.
Hello.
It is the next day. Last night, the install went right till about sunset.
It got cold.
And then we all went out to dinner to celebrate. And we're going to finish up our interview today with John and Laura in their solar-powered fifth wheel.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's go see how they're doing today.
We'll do that.
Let's see if the dogs bark. Everyone's dog's barks. Oh, good morning. Hi, Kimber. Hi, Bullet. Well, good morning, everybody. We are coming to you from the Hebard solar-powered fifth wheel.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys.
Yes.
We finished up the install last night, and it's so awesome to... Don't take it wrong. We didn't hear your generator this morning.
No. This is actually the first video on solar power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go out in the cold or the rain or whatever to turn the generator on, and I vacuumed for probably 20 minutes this morning, ran the microwave for about 10, making breakfast and coffee, and we were still at like 83%.
It's pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of excitement there. It's really good for you guys.
I want to thank you for allowing us to be a part of the install. I know Gary has to do an installation later this spring with his parents' rig.
Yeah.
So this gave him the confidence that he could do it.
And you guys did great.
Thank
it was
you.
a great setup.
Yeah,
it was a clean install. It went really
looks
well.
good.
All right, well, we are here today to talk about our favorite RVing apps. And we've asked John and Laura with Hebard's Travel to help us out with some of their favorite apps.
Well, first, my favorite app is Gas Buddy. The reason being is I can save a lot of money on fuel by researching where I am versus where I'm going to go, and look at the price differences. You know, if diesel is 20 cents cheaper where I'm going, I'm not going to fill up before I leave. I'll put in what it takes to get there, and once I get there, I'll fill up both tanks. So I've got an extra one in the bed of the truck, and I could save myself $5 or $10 by doing some research. I can also look up amenities like propane or truck stops. If I'm towing, I can take out the tiny stations.
One of my favorite parts about it is we actually skipped a couple of states that had a lot of really high taxes on fuel.
Oh, yeah.
So New Mexico had really high taxes, and we were able to fill up in Texas, drive all the way across New Mexico on our trip, and then fill up with gas in Arizona.
Perfect.
And we did the same with California too, because they have a little bit higher taxes as well.
Now, you have an extended fuel tank, right?
We do.
Yes, I've got an extra 40-gallon tank in the bed.
Oh, isn't that so
That's
nice?
helpful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
We-
really nice.
Totally worth the cost.
Yeah.
We had that when we had our last fifth wheel, and it took our range to 800 miles. And
Yeah.
So we can
That
just,
was
we
amazing.
just blow through California.
Yeah.
And also, I can fill up when I'm not hooked up, and drive to where we're going, drop the trailer, and then go fill up after I drop the trailer off, and not have to go through truck stops and pay that 40-cent a gallon markup.
Right, and then using the Gas Buddy app, you can find which gas station in town is always the cheapest, and it's not always the one right off the freeway.
No.
It's generally a little ways off the freeway we're going to find the less expensive gas.
Our next one is actually a website, Recreation.gov, and it's a very good website. It has the largest category of federal lands anywhere you can find. So if you want to do any kind of trip planning, it also has a trip planning feature, and you can search through those federal lands. And you can search for things such as campgrounds, BLM land, whether it has hookups, the length of your rig. You can put that in as a search category. You can look for pets-friendly areas, and you can really plan out a trip with just that one website.
One of our favorite features is actually using the Corps of Engineers parks, because a lot of the times they have great overlooks of lakes and stuff like that, and really neat like state areas and stuff like that are smaller. And then you can also reserve it in, I think you can pay on the site too. I think we've usually paid
Yeah, on
the website.
Recreation.gov, yes, you can.
So you make an account, you can save your favorites, the things that you want to go back and see, or if it's just close to home when you're traveling full time, you always know where those are and you can quickly make a reservation. The last one for us is RV Parky. So this app actually enables you to find overnight parking at places like Cabela's, Cracker Barrel, Walmart, any of the stores that kind of allow you to park in their parking lot. It also gives you reviews. Sometimes it'll give you the cell phone signal in that area, so you can know if you can get some work done or not.
It's really handy.
Yeah, it gives you the phone numbers to call, and then you can also save them as your favorite. So if it's a place that you travel to frequently, you can still save those on the map as well.
Well, I just want to thank you for being a part of our collaboration today.
Thanks for including us.
Yeah,
of course.
I think this is a first of many.
Yeah,
at least on our channel with you guys.
Yep.
Well, I love the topic, because this is stuff that you see people ask over and over and over online. How do I do this? How do I plan a trip? How do I find someplace to camp? And there's not really one place they can go that says, well, here's
Right.
10 or 15 apps and websites. And I think this video is really going to help a lot of people.
Well, and pulling resources from different traveling families, really, too. So everybody uses the resources differently. So it's great to hear perspective from you guys, and perspective from Justin and Stacy, and from Andrew and Ricky.
Absolutely.
Everybody uses it a bit differently. So it's really nice to pull everything together into one nice little video here, and allow our users, your viewers, to see everything too.
Alright, well, if you've liked this video, please give us that big thumbs up down below. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down too.
And tell us what you didn't like if you thumbs down it.
Let us know.
We can always help.
And leave us a comment. We'll all be watching comments and chiming in with any other questions you may have. And until next time, guys, want to join in?
Yep.
We gotta get the shaka.
Pow!
As always, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up down below. Leave us a comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We thank you for watching.
Until next time, Pow Hana.